Well, I came home like a stone, and I fell heavy into your arms.
These days of dust, which we've known, will blow away with this new sun. And I'll kneel down, wait for now. And I'll kneel down, know my ground. And I will wait for you.
And I will wait for you.
So break my step and relent. You forgave and I won't forget.
Know what we've seen, and him with less.
Now in some way, shake the excess. And I'll kneel down, wait for now. And I'll kneel down, know my ground. Raise my hands, paint my spirit gold, and bow my head. Keep my heart slow. I will wait for you.
And I will wait for you.
And I will wait for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I now please ask you to be upstanding for the arrival of the bridal party? Rachel, big hug for your dad. Thank you. Just stand opposite Mark. Thanks everyone, please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this celebration of love and commitment of Rachel and Mark here in the beautiful surroundings of Norton House Hotel. My name is Melanie Leckie. I'm a celebrant with the Humanist Society of Scotland, and it's my honour and delight to be with you all on this very happy occasion. It means so much to Mark and Rachel to finally have all of you here for the wedding they had originally planned for. A special mention has to go to the extra additions who have made an appearance since the original wedding date last year, Mark and Rachel's nephew Freddie, as well as baby Carter and baby Oakley, all of whom are sporting their Scottish attire today. Now, this celebration today has three purposes. Firstly, we are here to celebrate what Rachel and Mark have already established as a couple. Also looking ahead, we're here to wish them happiness and fulfilment in their future. But most importantly, we are here to witness the love that they have for each other. So you'll know that Mark and Rachel are already husband and wife, having exchanged their legal vows and signed the marriage schedule on the 30th of August last year. But they wanted to have a commitment ceremony with their friends and family because all of you are so very important to them both. So it's my pleasure to welcome you all here to celebrate with them in this beautiful venue. It's also lovely for me to see so many familiar faces here this afternoon too. Now, I know that pretty much all of you have travelled quite a distance to be here today, and I also know that Mark and Rachel appreciate the journeys that you have all made, from Aberdeenshire to Spain, Derby, Milton Keynes, Cardiff, Dublin and Manchester, as well, of course, where they have chosen to make their home, the Lothians, Fife and Falkirk. Now, a few notable absences from today's festivities include those who regrettably could not make the journey, Mark's granddad Mike, who lives in Plymouth, and Rachel's great auntie Mary and Jim, who we know would love to have been here if they could, and all of their friends and family in Australia who unfortunately are still under some travel restrictions, plus those people who have had to pull out at short notice for various reasons too. So at this moment, let's remember those who can't be with us today. Mark and Rachel wish to mention in particular their grandparents and other loved ones whom are no longer with us and who I'm sure would be delighted to share in the celebrations today. So may the memories of those people remain in your hearts today. To be happy and lasting, marriage should be a partnership of equals, freely, happily, and openly undertaken. And in this partnership, friendship is just as important as love. Friendship and love make strong, solid foundations on which to build an enduring relationship, a relationship that will withstand all the extremes of weather that might test its strength, a relationship that provides the calm, warm protection that we all sometimes need when the world outside seems cold or chaotic. True friendship holds a mirror to our foibles and failings without destroying our sense of worth. True friendship nurtures our hopes, supports us in our disappointments, and encourages us to grow. Mark and Rachel pledge to one another not only their love, but also the strength, warmth, and fun of true friendship. So with this in mind, I'd now like to introduce the fine people supporting our bride and groom today. Rachel's maid of honour is Kirsten, and her bridesmaids, Lindsay, Claire, Steph, and Kimmy. Lindsay is Rachel's younger sister, and the others are her closest friends. They have all worked together at Tesco Bank for the last 9 or 10 years and have shared many work highs and lows, as well as daily messages on all things non-work related. Our very cute flower girls are Annabelle and Poppy, and our handsome page boys are Zach and Luca. Mark's best man is his brother Ross, and I gather he'll be keeping you all very well entertained when he delivers his speech later on, so no pressure for you, Ross. And we can't forget about the wonderful job our ushers have done this afternoon too. Mark's brother Lewis and lifelong friends from school, Sam, Danny and Ben. I hope you're all enjoying true Scottish style in your kilts today too, guys. I also know that Rachel's dad, Michael, was very proud and happy today to escort his beautiful daughter down the aisle for a second time. Lucky you. So let's now spend some time finding out how these two actually got together. And I'm going to take you back to just over 8 years ago, the 4th of September 2013 in sunny Magaluf. Rachel was on a girls' holiday and Mark a boys' holiday, I believe with some of his friends who are here today, and I'm sure we'll all remember it very well. They met on a bar crawl on their second nights, and then both groups bumped into each other every night after. Mark and Rachel have messaged or spoken every day since they met, with over 3 years of long distance until Mark made the move to Scotland. I gather Mark likes to take every opportunity to pretend he is Scottish with his awful Scottish accent. And if you haven't already heard it, I'm sure he will have a chat with you all later, so you can. Now, 3.5 years ago, Mark and Rachel made the move from Edinburgh to Larbert to buy their first house together. Despite them purchasing a new build property, Rachel always finds DIY projects for Mark to undertake, which he loves to share on his social media stories, as you all know, including building the infamous border in the garden last year, which he has still not stopped complaining about. Mark and especially Rachel love to travel abroad as often as they can. After almost 2 years of limited travel, I believe that they have a very exciting year ahead planned with a number of trips already booked, including Hawaii for their rebooked original honeymoon plan, as well as taking extended leave at the end of next year to backpack around Asia, Australia and New Zealand. Now, let's be honest, the engagement of Mark and Rachel was a much-awaited one. After 5.5 years together, Mark says the time just felt right, while Rachel felt like the day would never come. So it would be fair to say Rachel had been hoping for an engagement for a few years, and Mark was very well aware of this. On a romantic holiday to the Maldives, they spent the night drinking cocktails and playing cards at the bar. After a small fallout leading to Rachel heading straight to bed when they got back to the room, Mark was not deterred and surprised Rachel by getting down on one knee at the side of the bed. Many happy tears later followed by video calls and texts to show off the ring. The wedding planning then very quickly began. Both Mark and Rachel agree that it's crazy to think that they have been married for almost 15 months already and are so happy to have been able to go ahead with their ceremony on their original date last summer. Equally, they know that many of you were saddened to miss out on their special day due to the restricted numbers allowed at the time, and being unable to have all of you present is not something that they would ever have imagined happening. They hope that you all understand that becoming husband and wife was the most important part for them, and they are excited to finally share in the celebrations with all of you today. And so we now come to the promises that Rachel and Mark will make to each other. They've chosen to exchange their promises in a handfast, and Mark's Auntie Heidi will be tying some tartan that matches Mark's kilt and some material that matches Rachel's bridesmaid dresses around their joined hands to symbolise their union together. It's also believed that this is perhaps where the phrase tying the knot came from. So Rachel, would you please pass the flowers to Lindsay, and Auntie Heidi, could you please come forward? So can you and Mark join right hand with right hand for me? Thank you. So the first knot is for Rachel's love for Mark. Thank you. And the second knot is for Mark's love for Rachel. These knots will symbolise your love and your commitment for each other. Thanks, Heidi. Thank you. Rachel and Mark, happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It's remembering to say, I love you at least once a day. It's never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue through the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together facing the world, and it's forming a circle of love that gathers the whole family. It is doing things for each other, not in the attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It's speaking the words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It's not looking for perfection in each other. It's cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humour. It's having the capacity to forgive and forget. It's giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow old. It's a common search for the good and the beautiful. It's establishing a relationship in which the independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and the obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. So Mark and Rachel are now going to exchange their promises, which they have written and have been kept secret until this very moment. So I hope you all enjoy. So Rachel, would you go first, please? Thank you. Let's take a deep breath.
Mark.
That's a good start.
It happened again. Mark. I can't do it.
Yes, you can. You can.
Mark, 455 days as husband and I can't do it.
Do you want Mark to go first? Yeah. Right, okay. So Mark, you go first and let Rachel compose herself. I'll take that back. Here you go.
Thank you.
Rachel. I promise to always be there for you, to love and respect you. I will be your shining light in times of darkness and walk hand in hand with you through every challenge that we face. I commit to being honest and faithful to you, to share every secret, success and dream with you. I promise to love, cherish and enjoy every single holiday you plan, and to refine my Scottish accent to one that you can understand.
I don't know. None of us understood that.
I will strive eternally to make you proud of me, as I could not be any prouder of the woman you continue to be. This first year together has proven something that I already knew. We are made for each other, me and you. You make me happier than I've ever been, and time still stands still whenever you walk in. Standing here today, you are perfect, and you make me smile more than I knew that I could. All I want to do is spend my life with you and enjoy all that is good.
Well done. Thanks, Mark. Thank you.
Take two.
I can do it for you if you want. It's okay. You've got this.
Mark, 455 days as husband and wife, and the best 455 days in my life so far. Not many people can say they've had 2 weddings in 15 months, and especially not to the same person. But we are the lucky ones who get to celebrate our love for the second time. It may not have been the most exciting year like we had planned, but becoming your wife is a dream come true. You are my best friend, my biggest supporter, and the one I want by my side always. I can't wait for the next 455 days and many more after that, so we can continue on our journey in life together and celebrate our future adventures. I vow to stand by you in life's wonderful moments and when things get difficult. I vow to honour our commitment when we are near and far. I vow to always laugh at friends like it's the first time I've seen it. I vow to continue planning holidays as much as you claim to hate them. I vow to always fall asleep early but still get annoyed when you leave me to go play PlayStation until the early hours. I vow to forever be frustrated for the rest of my life at your inability to listen to me or remember anything that I tell you. And I vow to finally change my surname to Daniels on all the important paperwork and not just on Facebook. I can't promise you that life will always be easy and follow the plan that we hope for, or that there won't be more challenges to come our way. But I can promise you my everlasting devotion, my loyalty, my respect, and my unconditional love for a lifetime.
Well done. Well done. Awesome. A big round of applause, I think, for that one. Well done. Well done. So I'll now remove the handfast from you, and it's now my great pleasure to reaffirm that Mark and Rachel, you are husband and wife, and you should, of course, seal this again with a kiss. Congratulations, guys. Now, we're coming towards the end of today's ceremony for Rachel and Mark, and they have one last thing to do. Drink to one another from the quaich, which is a traditional Scottish two-handled drinking cup. Now, the quaich that they're using today is a very special one and has been gifted from Rachel's longest friend from back home, Ange, who she met over 14 years ago when they were working in a little village called Udney Station. Now, there are many stories told about the quaich, which has an interesting history. The name holds the meaning of meeting, sharing and understanding. Here today, though, it symbolises the love and trust implied by the bond as Rachel and Mark share their first drink after today's promises. Would you like to open that one, of you, please? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Would you like to pour it into your quaich? Oh my God. Okay. No, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. You know what you've got to do.
I'll down it now, won't I?
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Okay. So, Rachel, would you please take the first drink for me?
I'd make it a big gulp.
I don't like whiskey, so...
Now, Mark, it is customary for the groom to finish the contents of the quaich. Turn the quaich upside down, kiss the bottom, and then place it on your head. So are you willing to do this?
No,
It won't mess your hair up, though. It's okay.
just give me a second
So-
to steel myself. It's a good whiskey. Good whiskey.
So kiss the bottom and put it on your head. Well done. Awesome. Good. Well done. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Oh, amazing. Wow. The first argument as our newly married couple again. There's a lovely glow coming from Mark's cheeks at the moment as well, actually. Now, we've now completed the formal part of today's celebrations. Rachel and Mark hope that today will be remembered with great joy, not just by them, but also by you, the people who are closest to them. I know that we'll all send them off into the rest of their married life with a great deal of love and support, for today is not just a celebration of their marriage, but also a celebration of the unity of friends and family. So they would love to have a group photograph taken of their guests after the ceremony, so please just make your way outside, pose for just a few moments, and then they promise that you can get to the bar. So on that note, can I now please ask you to be upstanding for our bride and groom? And please show your appreciation for Mark and Rachel, Mr. and Mrs. Daniels. We're just waiting for the piper. Okay, girls, you can follow on. Thank you.
Tell me that you want me, and I'll be yours completely, for better or for worse. I know we'll have our disagreements, be fighting for no reason. I wouldn't change it for the world. 'Cause I knew the first day that I met you, I was never gonna let you slip away. And I still remember feeling nervous, trying to find the words to get you here today. You make my heart feel like it's summer, when the rain is pouring down. You make my whole world feel so right when it's wrong. That's how I know you are the one. That's why I know you are the one. Life is easy to be scared of. With you I am prepared for what is yet to come. 'Cause our two hearts will make it easy, joining up the pieces, together making one. You make my heart feel like it's summer, when the rain is pouring down. You make my whole world feel so right when it's wrong. That's how I know you are the one. That's why I know you are the one. You make my heart feel like it's summer, when the rain is pouring down. You make my whole world feel so right when it's wrong. That's how I know you are the one. That's why I know you are the one.
like an angel setting me free. Where are you now? Do you feel safe? I don't need an answer, just need some space. Don't let me darken your front door. That is not what I came here for. Do you still carry all that weight? Don't need an answer, just need a debate. Don't stop before it's over. The weight is off your shoulder. Everything we fear will go away. You said it's a promise. I said that I doubt that. I'm your only reason to stay. Darkness has robbed me of my sight. Hold on to what I believe in the light. Are you doing well? Do you feel fine? Don't need an answer, just need a sign. I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling good. Feeling like I never could. Wait for me, I'm almost there. Soon we're floating in the air. So let it go, just let it be. Why don't you be you and I'll be me? That's what it took to open my eyes. Don't need an answer, just some kind of reply. Some kind of reply. Don't need an answer, just some kind of reply.
Yeah, you have space.
We can all join hands together for our first speech of the evening. Father of the bride, Michael.
You'll have to excuse me first of all. I need to read my notes because I was playing at the casino and not reversing all night. I'll probably pay for that later on. Anyway, let me say thank you to everybody for braving the elements and coming from near and far. I will try and keep this short. Well, that's what I've been told to do. Now, when I was researching my speech, I found a video of a dad starting his speech much like this. He then ran out of the reception, telling everybody to keep themselves occupied and watch the TV. A TV on the wall then showed Dad leaving the reception. He then went out, jumped in an Aston Martin and rode off. This was like a James Bond film. There were car chases, pub fights. He called into the house and finalised with a parachute jump. He rejoined the reception. He handed the daughter her childhood doll that she loved. Now we had to go and get this specially from somebody's attic. But here is Poppy.
Oh, I have, 'cause I pulled him out of the locker.
A dog?
So now,
A bulldog?
when Doreen found out she was expecting, I was stuck on a boat in the North Sea for 2 months. Concerned she was starting to show, Doreen decided to call me by radio and tell me, along with the whole of the North Sea, as in those days, everybody heard the radio calls. Then, luckily, when Rachel was due, I was working on land, working on a new submarine in the base. So working late one night, I decided I'll just go in late the next morning. Wrong page. That worked out well because Doreen at that time, heavily pregnant, was still walking over the hill about a mile to go to work. So I thought I'll drop her off on my way. But that didn't work out as we woke up in the morning and Doreen decided she wanted to go to hospital.
You decided.
Now, I had some stuff to drop off at the welders, but Doreen insisted that we had to go to the hospital, so off we went. As it happened, we went straight into the delivery room, and not long after, Rachel arrived. While the midwife did her bit, I was handed this Ribena collared thing. I didn't know babies came in Ribena. But nobody else was bothered, so in the end, neither was I. So moving forward, this bundle is now definitely pink, although maybe with a touch of tan.
And a bit bigger.
And a little bit bigger. But now we jump forward, and Rachel moves into Edinburgh and uni, destined never to come home. As we all know from last night and from the speech this afternoon at the wedding, she then met Mark in Magaluf, and eventually he moved to Edinburgh, and finally in time, a bit too much time as some say, he asked her to marry him. And that's where we are today. So here we are. So it just leaves me to welcome Mark to the family and to wish the bride and groom all the best for the future. So please raise your glasses in a toast to the bride and groom.
Right.
Bride and groom. Thank you.
Bobby.
What is this thing?
He doesn't say how wonderful Mark was.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that our groom has been dreading.
Oh, yeah.
The moment he got down on one knee. Can we welcome to the stage for tonight our best man, Ross.
For those who don't know me, obviously I'm Mark's brother, the best man. I've known Mark quite a long time now. Since birth, you know, he's been my brother. Although being completely different, some do say that I'm the milkman's. This brother here and this brother there, they're both skinny, tall. I'm fat and short.
Just like your dad. He's not that fat.
That's some fucking shit in there.
We both support rival teams in football, both wanted to cave each other's head in at any time given, you know. Ask our mum or dad, they'll support that, you know. I've always... What's that saying? He's always late, as everyone knows. Rachel will support that. He's late at every occasion available. I'm surprised he was actually here on time today, you know. But, you know, he's only had a few things to do for this wedding, I believe. the only person to really thank is Rachel for the organisation.
I'll agree to that. Yeah.
You know, the kilts nearly didn't get delivered probably because last week he was finalising the measurements with us. But I'd happily say he was my first ever best friend, and without doubt, first enemy. You know, I look back and there's so many stories I could tell you now that would, you know, ruin his life. But today's about love and care, and I picked a story that we spoke about in the bar last night. It's nothing too major. It was when we was young. I don't even know if he was born. Probably. You must have been. But we was young, and it was a Nintendo 64 game. And our dad here has a part to play as well.
Oh, for goodness sake, this story.
It's one that comes up a lot, and it does make me laugh. A lot of you will be familiar with the Nintendo 64, James Bond, GoldenEye, the legendary game. Me and Mark used to play it a lot, all the time, and Dad would insist on playing, and he'd go, "Get me the golden gun, get me the golden gun." So we'd set him up with a golden gun, and me and Mark would run around the map. Obviously, you had it on, it was in 4 on the telly, it was so small and shit. And it'd be a one-shot kill with a golden gun. It's just Mark and Dad playing this day. And I can't remember exact scores, but Dad hammered him. And Mark got that raged, he threw the controller, turned it off and walked out the room. Obviously, Dad's laughing, you can imagine him, you know what he's like, "Whoa, yo, what's wrong with you?" But the only thing I will say is at the time I was laughing my head off, but now I understand how it is to lose, because he supports Tottenham, obviously. Do you know what I mean? I knew you'd be like that. I could go on forever abusing him and, you know, saying all these sort of things, but as I say, it's about love and care today, so that's the only story I'm going to tell about him. Apart from, they obviously first met in Magaluf. There was a certain text message that went out. I'm not going to read it out, but let's just say this. Mark is a complete melt, and he went back on what he said, and we're here today because of what he didn't agree to in the text that he sent.
I didn't go to Magaluf for love. Let's put it that way.
You kept referring to it as Shagaloof. After returning from the holiday where they met, obviously they made a big commitment after a few years, as we've spoke about a few times. Mark moved up to Scotland, and I've never been here before that. I've been here, was it 5 or 6 times? I can't remember now. I'll never say it again. It's a lovely place. I'm wearing a kilt, for fuck's sake. And, you know, he's made the biggest commitment, giving up his life in England for the woman that he loves. And for me as a brother, it's the proudest thing I've ever seen, you know, apart from my son being born. But he is, you know, I will say that. It's a very proud moment today to see him again tie the knot in front of you lovely people. Everyone's made the effort to be here today, and I can't be any more grateful than that everyone's here, you know, witness it all. You know, as I say, Rachel's organised the whole thing. I just want to say how lovely she is, you know, and the bridesmaids look lovely, and everyone else on this top table. I just want to say as well, finally, I wish you many years of happiness, you two. You know, many years of lateness you're going to have to get used to, Rachel. And as I say, it's I just hope it lasts a lifetime for you two, you know, and want to raise a glass, if everyone would with me. Mr. and Mrs. Daniels, enjoy it all. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to hear from who is undoubtedly the luckiest man in the room.
Oh, aye.
Ladies, it's desperate to go. He just wants to. We all put our hands together to welcome Mark.
So I'd like to start off by saying that I actually wanted to ad hoc, off the cuff, the speech. Rachel said to me she wasn't very happy with that. She wasn't sure about it. Maybe I should actually write some notes or something.
There was no maybe.
In a relationship, you compromise, and we had the conversation. We decided what we were going to do, and in the end, I've got some notes. So there we are. It's always nice having a little pouch at the front you can pull things out of. So thank you very much for that, Ross. All right, that was right. I'm glad that I'm following you after that, because you've made me look like a right idiot now.
Well, as hard as it could have been.
Well, it could have been a lot worse, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank God you didn't read out what I said on that text message. Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for being with us. Obviously, the snow, the wind, the rain, everything has been absolutely terrible, but you've really made an effort to be here today, so thank you very much. I had a few drinks last night, but I wasn't expecting to wake up in bloody Narnia, but obviously we did. So we've had some fantastic pictures today, yeah, so thank you very much, and for everyone being here. To Norton House, David, our planner, Kirsten, everyone else that's here, truly, I can't explain how easy it's been to get married here. We had such an issue with fucking COVID and all that kind of stuff. Honestly, sixth time the wedding, whatever it was, truly, it was so awful. But everyone here has been absolutely fantastic. So really, thank you very much for that. You've made it so easy for us, and you've never had any issues with what we wanted to do. So really, thank you. Again, to our suppliers, a lot of them are here today. So we've got Brian and Stacey, we've got Andrew, our videographer. We've got some fantastic pictures the first time. I know fine well we'll have some much better pictures this time, Really, thank you very much. Yeah, next one. So, slide 2. So, to Doreen and Michael. Doreen, mother of the bride. Michael, father of the bride, with wee puppy here. Thank you so much for raising such a beautiful and talented woman. Who would have thought it, considering when I first went to meet Rachel in Glasgow, Doreen was sending texts going, "You need to tell me where you are. Mark might be an axe murderer for all I know." And to Michael, who, actually, I'm not very nervous now, but when I actually asked the question to Michael to marry his daughter, I was absolutely bricking it, I can tell you that. I mean, I'm sure he suspected something, because he came down to do a few bits in the flat with us. And we went for a Chinese, or we got a Chinese. Rachel was getting her eyebrows done, or whatever the hell it is, I don't know, something like that. And I paid for the Chinese, so I know fine well that he knew there was something suspicious there. Got my hand in my pocket at that point.
That's what happens when you pay for anything, Mark.
I know. And next, I'd like to thank my mum, Ruth, and my dad, Paul. Despite the kilt being the wrong size, you look great in it. Thank you for always being there and for teaching me to be the man that I am today. Truly, I had a great upbringing. I'd just like to say, thank God I didn't inherit Dad's stress sense, because he wears his man bag with absolute pride. I'll tell you now, it's not something I'm ever going to wear.
He's got a sporran now.
When I first described to him that he would be wearing a kilt, he was like, "Yeah, that's fine. I'll wear a quilt, not a problem. I'll go for it." Honestly, when do I put the quilt on? Dad, it's a kilt, okay? It's a kilt. So, thank you very much. And on that note, I'd like to present some flowers to my mum, Ruth, and to Rachel's mum, Doreen. Thank you very much for everything you've done for us, truly. As you bring them over, thank you very much. They are fake flowers, so you can take them back to Spain, you'll be fine. Next, I'd like to thank the best man, Ross, and all of my ushers, Danny, Sam, Ben, and my brother, Lewis. You know, we've been lifelong friends, brothers, friends for years, and it's truly
Too long.
so wonderful. We have created so many memories, and I don't know how none of us are in jail. I mean, it could have happened at any point, but you know, I'm thankful that I'm the handsome brother. You know, that was always great. I know I'm the best at football, and despite Ross's story, the best at video games as well.
Wait, who's shooting on first?
And again, thank you very much for COVID times and everything, arranging for the stag do at my house. The carpet was especially pleased that I was sick twice on it, so thank you, Ross.
You're lucky you still lived through it.
Well,
when Rachel found out.
I'd also like to thank the bridesmaids today. I'm sure you'll agree, they are absolutely stunning. They really have made such an effort. Kirsten, Steph, Claire, Kimmy and Lindsay, Rachel's sister. Truly fantastic planning. I know that Rachel obviously would like to have got away on holiday for a hen, but she had such a great time down in Newcastle as well. So thank you very much for planning that and being there for her. You've all been there for my wife, so for this I ask you to charge your glasses and toast these wonderful women. Cheers. So I suppose I better say a bit about Rachel as well, you know, being the woman she is. I don't know what I can actually say because, as you can tell, she looks absolutely radiant today. I hope you know from my vows earlier, but I am totally in love with Rachel. I hope that came across. You are the light of my life, and you always make sure that I stay on the straight and narrow, despite my constant and repeated attempts to annoy you. And off the back of that, I'd like to actually mention a funny story. So, Melanie touched on it earlier, but it was the time of proposal. So, the backstory is, I went around Edinburgh, I went to several different ring shops. I think I looked at 35 different rings, and I wanted to find the right one for Rachel. So, in the end, I found it. They made it for me, it was great, came in, picked it up, and it never left my side from that moment on. I took it on the flight to the Maldives, and as you do when you go away, you know, we went to the Maldives and I was like, we'll take a bottle of spirits with us just because we didn't want to pay for too much stuff with me there. It was all inclusive, but the spirits were a bit extra, so yeah, we'll take that away.
You're tight, that's why.
I'm not as tight as my old man, but yeah. We got to the airport, went through, fine, flew to the Maldives, got there, and then we got called for our bags. We were like, okay, that's a bit strange. Not sure what's going on there. I had the ring safely with my rucksack with me, just to make sure that it wasn't going to go anywhere. What we didn't realise, it's a flipping dry country, so you can't take any spirits in at all. So they're asking me, oh, have you got any more alcohol in your bag? You've got this one here, so you can pick it up when you leave. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. And they were basically asking if they could look in my bag to find any more alcohol. And I was like, no, there's none in there. There's none in there whatsoever. Rachel's standing next to you, and I'm thinking to myself, she doesn't know I'm going to propose, but she will shortly. And I was absolutely sweating like a Mexican drug smuggler, I'll tell you that. In the end, finally made it through, and I've never looked back since then, so yeah, so happy. But in any case, if you could please charge your glasses to the most wonderful and inspiring woman that I have ever met, my wife, Rachel. Rachel. Yes. Right, and I've rambled on enough now, so thank you so much for being here again. Truly, it means the world to us. The bar is open, the food's on the way. Let's eat. Thank you.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. And when I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's coming home to you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles, to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass along every cent of it to you. And when I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And if I grow, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles, to fall down at your door. But I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles, to fall down at your door.
Ladies and gents, we're looking for the bridal party to come and join us, please. So, bridal party. That is the dance floor open. We want everybody on the dance floor, please come and join us. Do not be shy. Come and join us, please. Ladies and gents, please make some noise for our Euromates, Mr. and Mrs. Daniels.
Night and day is more than you'll say, 'cause all my feelings are more than I can let by or not. It's more than you've got. Just follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. Follow the day and reach for the sun. See me fly to the red. One more your day. Just follow the seasons and find the time. Reach for the bright side. You don't see me fly to the red. One more your nuts. Just follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. Follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. See me fly to the red. One more you're done. Just follow the seasons and find the time. Reach for the bright side. You don't see me fly to the red. One more you're nuts. Just follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. Follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. Follow the day. Follow the day and reach for the sun. Oh, here the ocean is near, but you dug a hole and buried my fear. And we scattered like trees, sometimes in line, but I'm down all the time. You wait, but still it's trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble. Too late, it's all trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble now. Arrived late at the scene, nothing makes sense, don't know what you mean. You can't put all things aside, there's no way out, and God knows I've tried. For better or worse, it's trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble. So save your tears, 'cause it's trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble now. sad, we're caught in the wind, where our story ends, another begins. You wait, but still, it's trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble too late. It's all trouble by trouble by trouble by trouble now. Trouble, trouble, trouble now.
Oh, I'm obsessed with the way your head is laying on my chest. How you love the things I hate about myself that no one knows. But with you, I see hope again. Oh, I'm a mess when I overthink the little things in my head. You seem to always help me catch my breath, but then I lose it again. When I look at you, that's the end. And why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? Butterflies can't stop me falling for you. And darling, this is more than anything I felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who was worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now I've found the one I love. And I love the way you can never find the right things to say. And you can't sit still an hour in the day. I'm so in love, let's run away, because us is enough. And why do I get so nervous when I look into your eyes? And butterflies can't stop me falling for you. And darling, this is more than anything I felt before. You're everything that I want, but I didn't think I'd find someone who was worth the weight of all the years of my heartbreak. But I know now I've found the one. Come close, let me be home for